all the champions, do you dare to stand here, represent your team, represent your school? Make all Asia set its signs on you. The next chapter is here. A new legacy awaits. History starts now.
이거 최대 아마니 캐캐스 비자.
Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, however you're streaming, you're watching AUBL's inaugural season. My name is Taylor Chen, here with the Ben Ibrahim with me to call Game 2 of this series. Ben, thank you so much for being analyst right now. How are you feeling?
No problem. I'm feeling really good, actually, Taylor, and thank you for the introduction. But, you know, looking forward to this second game in the Asian University Basketball League. It's the second game that's going to come up very shortly between Yonsei University of Korea and the Shanghai Jiao Tong University of Shanghai from the People's Republic of China. It's going to be a great game. One team a little bit more mobile and athletics, that's the Yonsei team, and one team who is just so big and powerful and stacked with great front court talent.
Yeah, we saw earlier in game 1, Ben, you called it, where it was a very different way of gameplay, hustling, fast, full court press and whatnot. So we might see a very different game in the Group C series right now. Again, Shanghai Jiao Tong University up against Yonsei University. So, you know, again, we're here at the beautiful Binjiang Gymnasium here at Hangzhou City, known for AI innovation and cultural heritage. So, you know, we're at this amazing gymnasium built in 2022, mainly built for the Asian Games, and here is the host for the AUBL tournament. So exciting stuff. We're excited to make history. History starts now, as the Yao Ming said earlier in that video. That was pretty incredible to have backings such as him.
Well, Yao Ming, he's got a great relationship with the Real League, which is the organization that runs and created the Asian University Basketball League. You know, a lot of the owners and the C-level guys, they've got that relationship. I mean, and to get Yao Ming to really pump it up in terms of marketing, that's huge. To get Steph Curry, who's right now in the People's Republic of China, to come up and say, you know, watch the Asian University Basketball League, that's huge as well. So the Asian University Basketball League, they've made a lot of inroads in such a very short space of time.
Yeah, again, you know, can't emphasize enough how quickly AUBL and Real League organized this beast of a tournament. And, you know, again, it's talking about the reflection of the growth of basketball worldwide. And this is really, truly giving a platform for college basketball because, you know, we talk a lot about professional basketball leagues here in Asia and the potential and growth there, but this is untapped potential college basketball, and for it to be pan-Asian region. We're starting in East Asia, but it's only going to get bigger.
That's a really good point, Taylor, because for the longest time, I think I've said this off camera, for the longest time, many countries and organizations, whether they're university or not, have been looking at the NCAA in the United States of America and say, why can't we replicate that in our own country? You know, and full credit to the Real League for saying, oh my God, if we're going to grow something in our part of the world, we have to connect it to education. Every mother and father, every ma and pa, every dada and mama in Asia, they want their son and daughter to go to university. And you know what? Let's be honest, some people do not have the academic talent, but they have the athletic talent. So this is a great pathway and a pavement for athletic athletes to go to university, get educated, and in this case, enhance their basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really creating a platform and making it easier for scouts in the future to sign the next Yao Ming or, you know, whoever the next future Asian superstar is, whether it's for NBA or even out in Europe, or for these players to cross country in other East Asian countries.
Well, if you look at the NBA, now we've got more talent. I mean, once upon a time we said about Yao Ming 50 times, you know, in the first decade of basketball when he came to the NBA. Now we got Ryu Hachimura. We've got, you know, guys who are, Asian talents, are also playing in the PBA, you know, in other leagues as well, in Spain, in Europe. So basketball is a global competition now. It's not just all about the United States, no disrespect. It's about other markets as well. I mean, if you look at the Olympics, how tight was it between the top four, between France, the United States, you know, Serbia, you know, and Canada? How tight was it with those teams? And, like, you know what? This league could be a great, not just importer of talent, but exporter of talent. And we can say it all happened at the Asian University Basketball League. So that's the dream, that's the vision, you know, without trying to sound like a PowerPoint presenter. They're really trying to execute that. And it does take time. It does take time. And don't forget, the Real League was just formed not too long ago. They were trying to figure it out. Okay, do we do what other leagues do? Have some clubs, you know, have a monetization model. But you know what? The monetization model is always the hardest thing to come by. You know, you got to really get started first. And full credit to Real League. Just like I said this before and over again, education, attracting students to play basketball at the same time. That is a very big draw card to anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And AUBL and Real League have really made this organization or this tournament evolve. It started off with only a 4-team exhibition competition, 6 teams, and now we have a huge roster of 12 teams planned only in January of this year. Now, what we have looking forward to, though, is they will have a full schedule. So what that means is we're going to have home and away games, as well as having neutral sites for a couple of these games in the regular season. Now, the difficult thing in the upcoming regular season, though, is the scheduling. Every single school,
Yes.
they have different basketball seasons according to their own university federations.
Yeah, but there's one time of the year that everybody is neutral, and that's Chinese New Year. Okay.
Absolutely.
So Chinese New Year is usually around January, February. So that's when every market will shut down and say, look, we will not Kong Hee Fa Choi in that time of the year. We have to see our families. We have to rest. And that's going to be good. So I think, like you said, that's a good thing. Scheduling is always the most difficult challenge in any calendar, in any season calendar, because don't forget, this year, I mean, even though AUBL is not in Southeast Asia yet, every 2 years is the Southeast Asian Games. 9 countries will go for Southeast Asian supremacy. You're talking about countries like Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Brunei, Cambodia, Laos, you know, and Singapore. They will not be so focused on the club stuff. They'll be focused on the national proud stuff. And the Southeast Asian Games is huge in Southeast Asia. I mean, that's just one example. The other parts of the, you know, some of the players have got contracts with the bigger leagues around the world, from the CBA and all that. But look, you can't please everybody. You've got to make a decision. Do you make the season in one calendar year, or do you make it split, which is usually starting in October and finishing in March, and maybe taking that Chinese New Year, Kong Hee Fa Choi break during January, February?
I think everybody is going to be motivated to compromise or make slight changes for this incredible opportunity for players, coaches, exposure. And again, you know, talking about the amazing talent, giving them a platform, as we have the Shanghai Jiao Tong University's active roster today. Lu 冠南、胡立章、王岩、江承轩、吴尚玉、敦家伟、崔元成、陈天看、郭浩山、申浩源、胡慧、于子涵、马颖金桃 and head coach Xu Yang for the Shanghai Jiao Tong University.
Well, I've got a funny story to tell you about Xu Yang. He is a very, very powerful defensive coach. But before I go there, let's walk through the Yunsei team. Yi Ha Su, Kang Tae-hyun, Gu Xing-che, Yi Ju-yang, King Sung-woo, Yi Chen-hong, Yi Byung-yop, Yi Yun-jin, Hong Se-ming, An Sung-oh, Ken Chi-hun, Wee Chin-sok, Jan Hok-chun, and number 3, Yi Kyu-tae. And their head coach is Yoon Ho-jin. And as I was saying, you know, I know Coach Xu Yang. He's come to Malaysia before, my hometown, and he's a champion there because he won an invitational tournament there last year. But lights out. But let's talk a little bit more before Frank walks us through all the players of each team. Taylor. Actually, let the suspense roll, and everyone, it's lights out. Let's find out who the players are.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? DAY1 AUBL 比赛日第二场比赛即将开始。接下来为大家介绍双方运动员教练。Ladies and gentlemen, now is the player and coach of both teams. 首先介绍白色制服，上海交通大学。The first is the Shanghai Jiao Tong University. Number 0号刘冠南。Number 2 2号。吴立章 ，Number 4号王岩 ，Number 6 号江承轩 ，Number 8号吴尚宇 ，Number 12号顿家威 ，Number 16 16号隋元成 ，Number 17 17号陈天灿 ，Number 18 18号郭浩山 ，Number 25 25号胡慧 ，Number 29 29号于子涵。Number 77 77号马金涛，上海交通大学主教练 Head Coach 徐阳 ，Assistant Coach 助理教练陆志强，掌声欢迎上海交通大学。Ladies and gentlemen, and now introduce Yanshi University. 接下来介绍延世大学。Number 1 1号Yi Ha Chu. Number 2 2号 Kang Tae-hyun. Number 3 3号 Gu Zhangzai. Number 5 5号 Yi Chu-yong. Number 6 6号 Kim Chang-woo. Number 7 7号 Yi Tae-hyun. Number 8 8号 Yi Byung-yop. Number 9 9号 Yi Yun-jin. Number 10 10号 Hong Sang-min. Number 11 11号 An Cong-woo. Number 13 13号 Kam Ji-hoon. Number 23 23号 Yi Kyu-tae. 延世大学主教练 Head Coach Rin Hu-jun. Assistant Coach 第一助理教练全拆明，掌声欢迎延世大学代表队。Both teams change greetings. 双方队员相互致意 ，shake your hand together. 并向观众致意 ，and thanks to audience.
Shanghai Jiao Tong University, previously played for the Shanghai Sharks back in 2002. Now, became head coach for the Shanghai Jiao Tong University only 2 years after attending university back in the day.
Yeah, well, he's a very reputable coach. I mean, like I said, I'm from Malaysia, and a lot of the Malaysian basketball program, our ecosystem, We like to work towards China, and we actually reach out to him a few times to try to run basketball clinics in Malaysia. He's a very well reputable coach. Tough love. Julian Scott from Atlanta, Alan Morinila from the Philippines, and Oliver Angales also from the Philippines. So a multinational team of referees, and obviously Mr. Julian Scott, a very, very experienced G League referee.
Yeah, we're always going to have a different rotation of referees in this series. Again, it's good to have this exposure of these international referees. Now, we talked about it earlier in the first game, a little bit of a concern on how they fare in Asian experience, particularly for the CEBL referees as well as G League. But they've done a fantastic job so far, as we have the starting five lineup is 12, 25, 77, and number 0.
So that is Liu Quan Nan, Wu Shang Wu, Chen Tiankan, Hu Hui, and Ma Jing Tao. Just to further elaborate on what Taylor was saying in terms of the starting five. And for the starting five for the two of the players for the starting five for the Yonsei team is number 5, Yi Ju Yang, probably playing at point guard, and Yi Che Hong. So should be a very, very exciting game. I'm interested to see, Taylor, how this Yonsei team is going to stifle this man's physicality in terms of his physical offense.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be quite an interesting matchups as we see an overview of the head coaches on both sides. Now talking about the head coach for Yonsei University, that's Yun Ho Jin. He used to be the assistant coach from 2017 to 2022. Now he got the upgrade to head coach, so he's been head coach for Yonsei University for the last couple of years.
No, good coach, young coach. And it's great to see some of these guys, in terms of coaches, transitioning from being a player, an athlete, to a coach. It's not an easy transition. Yeah. Really, really not an easy transition. I've done it before, and I mean, even though I found the journey okay, but you know what? Some people struggle. Some people struggle to say, this is how you hit a jump shot, and they show them how to do it. They don't actually explain the fundamentals and the mechanics of that jump shot.
Absolutely. It's one thing to play the game and to play it well, but it's another to instill strategies and how to actually play the game with, especially young players who are very impressionable. You gotta make sure you do it right. And so far, we're really seeing Shanghai Jiao Tong University be such an established basketball team. The school was founded back in 1896. It's been around for a long time now. This is China's oldest and one of the most prestigious universities out in
Oh, no, yeah, definitely. Shanghai Jiao Tong University, they're known for their transport, a public university in Shanghai, 1896, and has over 40,000 students. They are known for their engineering, science, and sports management and sports science in university, not just in the Shanghai region, but also in the People's Republic of China. And that's very, very impressive. When you're doing something well and getting accolades in the People's Republic of China, the biggest country in the world, you are doing something extremely right.
Yeah, they've been quite an influence for overseas basketball in general, but hopefully, with a platform such as AUBL, everybody will get a chance to see the talent that is everywhere throughout East Asia. And again, we're talking about, we've only got a couple of regions, but hopefully AUBL will expand beyond East Asia region. As we're about to start off in tip-off for Group C gameplay, that's going to be game 1 between Shanghai and Yonsei, and we see a small crowd here at Binjiang Gymnasium. Looks to be...
Well, don't forget, this is the first People's Republic of China team to be playing in this competition. So whenever you have a bit of that hometown or home country participation, you're going to get some hometown love. They jump it up very, very shortly. Liu Kuanan against number 13, Kang Chi-han.
We're starting off. Yonsei University are the home team wearing royal blue, and Shanghai, the men in white, as we have a dribble drive in. It is 4 against 2. He gets the bucket. Bank is wide open for number 25, Hu Hui.
Yeah, Hu Hui got good middle cut, got to the rim, took a bit of contact, bit of bully ball, and then he used his physicality to his advantage and just put it up and in.
There's that man-to-man defense that is being run by Shanghai Jiao Tong. That's number 77's first personal, Jing Tao. We'll be starting off on the sideline. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. There's a hand in the cookie jar. Coast to coast, and Shanghai Shanghai does not get the slammer.
That's the missed dunk. That's a missed opportunity. He should have laid it up and in, but he was a bit too excited. And you know what? He's got to thank his lucky stars that Yonsei University, that's number 5, Iju Young. He just turned it over and said, okay, we'll give you the cookie back.
Yeah, we got a couple of buffs already. Yonsei on the screen, you saw there's 2 turnovers made. And dead ball is called. Baseline referee.
So the referee stops play here. He did see something, so he just wants to reset everything currently. You know what? Shanghai Jiaotong University should be 4-0 up. I still can't get over it. I'm still chuckling that he missed the dunk. He's the biggest guy in the world, but he couldn't get it right. Okay, there is a problem with the clock, which is quite normal in certain competitions. So make sure the clock is A-OK so that everything can work like clockwork.
Well, considering it's only happened in the second game today, that's not too bad, not too shabby. But again, quick adjustments here as we're going to start off once again. Possession is for Shanghai as we have a full court press being run by Yonsei. Again, we see huge players compared to the first game, but we're going to see a lot of pressure here, man-to-man, and here's a finish on the inside.
Gets the turn and the burn. Nice spin move right there. He used his footwork to much perfection. That Chen Tiankan, strong, athletic, big. Like I said, front court, stacked with talent, and they can move as well.
There's a 3-2 zone there. Ball falls, no answer. And here he comes, Shanghai bringing coast to coast with a kick out from the perimeter, and the downhill drive, too strong there. Yonsei trying to get the board. It's 2-1 though, bodies hit the floor.
Yonsei University, Taylor, I must say they're really, really struggling here with the physicality and the size of Shanghai Jiaotong. They've got to find another way. I mean, bring their shooters into it, you know, load them up and go, because you know what, you might struggle with these guys, because these guys, I know this Shanghai team quite well. I mean, I've seen a lot of good talent come into their program over the years. They have no problem penetrating.
Yeah, again, with a veteran head coach that is Xu Yang. They're going to be aggressive towards the Yonsei team, and the shot from beyond does not fall. Shanghai bringing it back. Shot clock is rolling. 13 seconds left on the clock.
Good backdoor by Chen Tiankan.
Yonsei applying a lot of pressure on Shanghai with Yonsei's possession back. Getting a little physical from the top here. At the wing, here comes number 5. 7 seconds left. A beautiful backdoor cut finish.
That's good motion offense by the Yonsei team. And well done by Hong Sang-min as he did the middle cut. And they kept moving it because, you know, these big guys, they don't like too much motion of the Shanghai team. So well done, Yonsei.
Number 10 star player of the Yonsei University team. There's a second chance opportunity, no good. Yonsei getting the board once again. They're getting a good handle of those rebounds so far.
They're doing okay. They're doing okay considering they're up against, you know, really, really strong athletes, whereas the Yonsei team is more gangly, lanky guys.
Yeah.
But they've got heart. They go for it, and they're sticking with it. And full credit to them. But it's interesting. Let's look at the replay here. Yep, up, extended layup. Just used his right hand to extend. There's the cut. There's the finish. Good job, Hong Se-ming.
We're seeing a lot of backdoor cuts being run by Yonsei. Score now 4-2.
Well, they have to do those backdoor cuts. I mean, you know what? Because, I mean, I think they've done their homework on Shanghai, who are quite a public team in terms of their content.
Yeah.
That on YouTube. So they've done some research on these guys. Okay, these guys can't move fast. So let's backdoor cut them to death, you know, in that sense, and make them move. And that's why I said it'll be really interesting halfway through the game to see who is the fitter team, who can go the distance.
Hong Sang-min at the free throw line. Again, yeah, circling back to what you said, Ben, earlier, is that, certain teams, we have a lot of film, we got a lot to study on, a lot of material, as opposed to the likes of, the team Etugen. There was limited information, and we can only read them and analyze them as this tournament goes on. Here's a downhill drive, beautiful finish for Shanghai.
Yeah, Momantai, as they say in Cantonese, which was means no problem, and Liu Guannan had no problem, just running unguarded. Good screen.
Kim Joo-young for the long two, hits the outer rim. No second chance opportunity. Shanghai will bring it back. Just under 6.5 minutes left to go. Shanghai ahead over Yonsei 6-3. Here's the drive from the left, too high, too strong. We got a Yonsei body hitting the floor, and that's going to be a foul call on number 77, Ma Jingtao.
Yeah, that's right. Ma Jingtao commits the foul. That was a pushing foul by the referee. So let's have a look at this here. Got the rebound, brought it down, comes down with it, and then he just hit the deck. Okay, now this is where Coach Xu Yang gets very, very educational and barks out his instructions, but when he's not happy with something, he will let his players know. So they don't want to let him down.
Starting off, Yonsei possession. We have Lee Chae-hun with the handles. Going ISO here between the two bigs, and Shanghai gets the steal. First steal of this game, but going right back to Yonsei, uncontested shot, and he makes a shot.
Lee Chae-hong with a very, very easy layup after the steal, and he gets the score. So Yonsei coming into that game now, Taylor, they're really lining up and know their strengths and their sweet spots.
The scoreboard will need an update, but the score currently is 6-5. Shot clock now 6 seconds. Another turnover made. Yonsei, let's see if they can take advantage. Yi Jae-young off to number 7, Lee Chae-hong.
I think if Yonsei hits another big shot or any shot, I think Coach Xu Yang will call for a timeout. Let's have a look at this here. Yeah, good steal. And then you got the strip, got stolen goods, extended layup, nicely done. Kamse Hamida, which means thank you very much in the beautiful language of Korean. Great job to Yi Cheng or Yi Chae-hong.
We got our first sub in, number 1 from Yonsei, Lee Hae-sul. Logging into the game. First free throw is good. Free throw shots were a little bit of a struggle in game 1. Both sides, Etugen and Nippon Sports Science University, both sitting at 61% at the line. Let's see if it might be a different story for game 1 of Group C play.
That's right.
One-point difference here at Bingjiang Gymnasium. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's Chen Tiankan drawing a foul, what looks to be number 7, Lee Chae-hong.
Foul call, and referee Julian Scott says why it was a foul. Because of that contact on the underneath that elbow. So good call by referee Julian. Sharp eyes. Inbound.
Again, there's no IRS for this entirety of the tournament, so referees gotta have a sharp eye on the gameplay. And back-to-back fouls are made from Yonsei. That's going to be number 10, Hun Sang-min.
Just want to say the Yonsei University team, this Taylor really applying that press to really disrupt the rhythm of Shanghai, and that's what's forcing Shanghai to make some turnovers and foul as he went upstairs to the rim for the layup, and that foul is committed by Hong Se-min.
Shanghai will take every single foul that they can get. That's going to be number 17, Chen Tiankan.
There we see it on the replay, and he knows it too, Hong Sang-min. He shouldn't have extended his arm out, but he had no choice really. He was trying to disrupt the play, to play defense, But at the end of the day, it has sent Chen Tian Kan to the line for a pair of free throws. And as we say that, Hung Sang Ming to the bench.
First free throw opportunity for Shanghai. The first one makes it through. Again, we have 4 games every single day until playoffs. So we got plenty of exciting games ahead of us. Make sure to follow AUBL on Instagram, AUBL_basketball. And if you want to check out the box scores, make sure to go to AUBL.com for all things Asian college basketball.
And another foul with the elbow as well. So let's have a look at it here. Yeah, there's actually, I know what Shanghai are trying to do. They're trying to put in their physical blueprint into this game and really, really intimidate Yonsei. And at the moment, is it working? Not really. Yonsei are staying resilient.
Yeah.
And hitting, one thing I noticed by the Yonsei team, they like to hit shots from the glass and the bank. So smart. They work the angles right. They must be good mathematicians.
Yeah, we're not seeing a lot of outside shooting. If anything, we're seeing a lot of grit from both sides as they try to dribble hard, going into the paint up against each other. Now, you talked about, Ben, how Yonsei is slightly slender and slightly smaller than the Shanghai players, but they've been more coy, and you see the score, 9-8. They're ahead, only by 1 point, though, as Shanghai tries to drop a bucket in. Yonsei just like that, transitioning quickly. It's 5-1, outnumbered. He kicks it out beyond the perimeter at the corner. Here's his quick switch. Downhill drive in the middle, and a beautiful finish. Kissing the glass is number 5, Lee Ju-young.
Lee Ju-young did really well there. He did a Euro step, really, really drew in the Shanghai Jiaotong University defenders. And very, very intelligent move for a small man to open it up and score. Good D.
Patient with it, kept the ball alive with the dribble and couldn't get it the first time. The second time was a good. 11-10, Yonsei with a long 2. Ricochets back to Shanghai. Another quick transition.
What about the step back? Middle cut.
Ooh, there's the size advantage, but he couldn't get that ball to connect. Quick catch and shoot opportunity, and down it goes into the hatchet. That is number 1 from Yonsei. Coming off the bench, Lee Hae-sul.
Lee Hae-sul with a great triple effort. He saw this, I mean, like I said earlier, Yonsei, motion, speed, and Shanghai struggled to keep up with that transition. And they absolutely punish Shanghai with a 3. Shanghai need to get into gear, turnover.
There's a steal, and pretty easy steal at that. Here comes Yonsei, number 7, Lee Chae-hung. Kick out beyond the perimeter. No good. Some miscommunication. I'm not really sure which player was going to get the board there. Now, Shanghai still keeping it close, though. They're only behind by 2 possessions. 2.5 minutes left. Downhill drive, backdoor cut for Shanghai, taking a page out of Yonsei University. That's going to be number 6, Jiang Chen-shen.
Chen-shen, he just hit them with their own taste of their own medicine, and a good backdoor cut by Eugene.
No foul called made, but a beautiful finish made from Yonsei, number 7, once again.
They got to protect the ball a lot better, Shanghai.
Yeah, Shanghai is going to have to reset. No call timeout. 1 minute, 50 seconds left in the first quarter, as we have a Yonsei player catching his breath here.
Good rebound, but there was some contact right there. He absolutely slapped him on his shoulder, and that's why that's a foul. So you can't do that. And that foul committed by the man on our screen, Hu Hui. And they, in my opinion, Taylor, Shanghai just making it a little bit too easy for this Yonsei team. Not completely bossing this and, you know, have made some mistakes in this one. And Lee Ju-young and the rest, you know, they've just been taking their opportunities from the free throw line and around the court, and that's why they're in front.
I mean, this could be a reflection of game one, you know, talking about how the teams could shake off the jitters, and maybe they're anxious to be on such a huge platform. Again, this game is being broadcasted throughout the greater Asian region. As number 5 is subbed out, Lee Ju-young is out with number 11, An Soo-woo, coming into the game. As Yonsei quickly, or not quickly, they're getting the deficit to 6 points now. That's the largest lead that we've seen so far. Yonsei keeping them at the three-point line, and here's the pass downhill to number 4, Wang Yan.
Excellent pass. Excellent pass by Tiankan. Unselfish bullet pass. Long three.
Ooh, and he's got the stroke. Once again, Lee Sul. 21-14.
That was a good shot. They're shooting better from the outside, the Yonsei team. They won't use that to full effect. Releases.
The bullet pass out from the wing. That couldn't connect. Again, the Shanghai team has scored 0 from the perimeter, as opposed to Yonsei, 33%. Shaking off Shanghai player. Could we get another one? Nope. But they get a second chance opportunity. Here's a reset. Number 8, Lee Pyong-yup, redirecting traffic. 7 seconds left on the clock, managing to shake off Shanghai players. A kick out to number 6, no good.
And King Soo-woo could not hit that triple. Shanghai now with the package. This is the very dynamic Chen Tian-kan.
13 seconds left in regulation. Shaking off Yonsei. Ooh, that hits the side of the backboard. Could he make that in? Oh, too high there. As we conclude the first quarter, Yonsei with a pretty strong lead, 21-14. Now, again, are we catching Shanghai off guard, or do they need to shake off the first quarter jitters like Etigen had in game 1 earlier?
Well, as we see from the highlights here, Taylor, you know, like Shanghai came out and tried to implement their physical blueprint, and it was working for the first minute or so. They had a 4-0 lead, you know, with a missed dunk as well, so they had the opportunities. But all of a sudden, Yonsei, they found the rhythm. They really stuck to their game plan. They knew they were the most athletic side. They would outrun Shanghai, and Shanghai has been struggling with that, and especially that transition offense of Yonsei University. So the major question is, will Coach Xu Yang, what kind of players will he bring on court to keep it fresh? Because as we can see right now, Yonsei is the better team in the rebound department. Even Steven in the assist department. They're much more further ahead, only missing 1 free throw shot. They are, you know, the Shanghai team have not hit a three-pointer, whereas the Yonsei team has hit 2 3-pointers. And field goal shooting percentage is overall better because they are quicker and better in transition. That's my basketball opinion for the first period.
Yeah, great take, Ben. I mean, maybe we were talking about the Shanghai team being a little anxious, but it could be a little bit of overconfidence, if anything. You know, I think that earlier dunk might have been indicative of the first quarter overall. You know, Shanghai kind of losing focus as we see number 7, Lee Jae-hong, really being a key player in the first quarter.
No, they have. I mean, they were a little bit careless, Shanghai, with a few possessions, turning the ball over. I mean, again, and then they took a leap out of Yonsei. Okay, if they're going to backdoor cut, we're going to backdoor cut them as well. You know, we've got that side. I mean, but we have to look less predictable. To me, Yonsei, the team from Shincheon in Korea, they are playing the much better basketball. They are playing the much faster basketball. But again, like you said, Taylor, it's only the first period. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm gonna use the measurement of success as the late in the second quarter in terms of the time mark, and usually halfway through the third quarter. In my experience, that's where a lot of teams who have not done a lot of strength and conditioning, fitness, that's where they get burnt out a little bit and struggle to keep up with the game. And it's basically, literally, sometimes last man standing who wins the game, or last men standing who wins the game.
Yeah, exciting stuff. I mean, we could see a second quarter turnaround as we saw in Game 1 Etujen against Nippon Sports Science University. For those just tuning in, Etujen won by 4 points, 84-80. And here we have Group C gameplay starting off strong. Number 1, Lee Sul coming off the bench once again. He's got 2 3-point shots made so far in this game against Shanghai. Let's see how Shanghai adjusts, though.
Lee Sul and the boys from Korea, the Yonsei team, another three-point effort. They've got to just hit the most. They've got to get that sweet spot. Got to hit those threes to really expand the lead and run away from Shanghai.
As of right now, Shanghai University, their 3-point shots are not their bread and butter, so they are still 0-3.
Missed bank shot, and here come Shanghai, desperate to get some production. They're calling for a horn set.
Yonsei with a 10-point lead over Shanghai. It's 2 against 1, managing to outsize the 2 Yonsei players. That's going to be the big on the Shanghai team.
They can't leave them wide open, the Shanghai team.
Here's another reset for Yonsei. And here's a Hail Mary. It's too short.
Working on his opponent. Shanghai University hosting up.
Keeping it man-to-man defense. They're burning the clock. 4 seconds left to go. He's going to go for the 3.
Ooh.
And they call foul. Julian Scott on the sideline for number 2, Kang Tae-hyun.
Yeah, Kang Tae-hyun. He just reached out. He didn't sell that, and the coach is just shell-shocked at the moment. Coach Jin saying, why did you do that? Why did you stick your chest out? That's the oldest trick in the book.
Yeah, it's what I like to call, those kinds of fouls are what I like to call ticky-tacky fouls. Just not necessary, a little bit silly, just you weren't really thinking in the moment.
So Coach Shu just really trying to hook his players on. They're down by 8 points right now, but if this man can hit majority of the shots, he will be in dreamland. Ma Jing Tao.
Now he will be shooting 3
yeah, that's
for
right,
this opportunity.
Because he's made 1. So as they say in my part of the world, shoot for 3, Ma. So 2 out of 2. Can he do the Paul George and execute 3 out of 3?
Perfect free throws right there, as we got another quick view of the Shanghai fans. Again, it's not too far off from Hangzhou. So we're here at Binjiang Gymnasium. Look away pass. Number 2, Huo Li Chung. Reset out the perimeter, and that gets ricocheted out. No good.
They should have really tried to get an open spot instead of taking those rush over the top shots. Seichun.
Skip pass. Double team now. Finds his teammate. 3 seconds left. There's a long 2. But he bricks it in the Hail Mary shot.
Well, it goes the other way, and Wang really not happy with that. Wang Yan, what are you going to do? And let's have a look at and Hong is back on court right now for the Yonsei team. That's Hong. That's Hung Sang Min. We do apologize if we mispronounce the names.
Trapped at the baseline. Here's the long 2 for Yonsei. Not really having much luck from that area of the court.
That's good D. Very good defense by Yonsei. Applying the pressure, applying that press, and forcing the turnover.
Lead is still on Yonsei's side, but they've still got pretty good control of the ball. Again, we're seeing number 8, Wu Shang-u, or excuse me, Number 8, Lee Pyong-yup, getting his hand in the cookie jar, but instead gets a foul. As we have Shanghai calling for another timeout.
Yeah, Shanghai slowly creeping their way back into this game. You know, they've had their moments of, you know, magic. They've had their moments of madness. I think right now they're just trying to find that consistency and just be readaptable to the game plan. Look at this over-the-top contested shot. And they have been the better three-point shooting team, the Yonsei University team from the People's Republic of Korea.
We're seeing a couple of these highlights. You know, the Shanghai team has been really good about rotating and making sure they have their man assigned. However, though, Yonsei is just a hair faster than the Shanghai team.
No, it's exactly right, because they know they're the more athletic team. They know they're the lighter team. You know, not so much brawn and power, more 2-3 type players. So they're going to use that to their advantage. Look at this now, Coach Shu going absolutely off, and this is just 50% tempo. Look, he's pointing at the players. He's keeping them accountable. When he came to Malaysia, he was very famous for that. And a lot of the Malaysian coaches were asking them, look, isn't that a bit in your face to his coach? He goes, no, I'm a firm believer in keeping my players accountable. They need to know what they're doing wrong. They need to know what the judgments need to be made. They need to know what's needed to win the game. So I remember him saying that. I mean, he said it in Mandarin because he's more of a Mandarin-speaking communicator. But in Malaysia basketball, we have plenty of Mandarin-speaking coaches, and they just translated for me. I was like, wow, that's really powerful stuff. And he's such an intimidating personality, you know. He's got this awe about him, Coach Shu Yang, so no wonder the players really hustle.
Yeah, it's a no-nonsense kind of method of coaching.
Absolutely.
Hesitated. And we're back on the left side of the wing, and here comes a catch and shoot once again. Lee
Hae-sul, he's just making the Shanghai Jiazhong hair drop at the moment, or hands drop at the moment, because stroking it super well from the outside.
Yeah, Lee Hae-sul is really in his bag. He's come to be the X factor for Yonsei's team, again, coming off the bench for the men in blue, and there's a turnover for Shanghai.
But Shanghai got the numbers, though, wide open.
And he makes them pay once again. Gnarly stuff. That's 6 steals for Yonsei University. Shanghai falling behind with only 2 so far in this game. Group C play. Shanghai University outmatched by Yonsei.
Yonsei University shooting lights out. Currently blocking foul, says referee Julian. Let's have a look at this replay. And then, yep, too physical. And he goes to the bench. And well done, Yonsei. Sorry, Yonsei is the actual pronunciation. The players and the coaches taught us how to say that. The absolute dynamite from the outside. And that's why they've got an 11-point lead.
Yeah, I mean, talking about Shanghai having the size, so Yonsei will compensate by getting those shots from the perimeter. And luckily for them, they are falling. They're making it rain from beyond the perimeter. And there's going to be an offensive foul called on number 10 is Hong Sang-min.
Yep, look at this. And didn't get the full replay, but never mind. And, you know, they're just rotating the players once again. Hong Sang-min to the bench.
He's getting into some foul trouble already. 3 personal fouls on his stats line, so he's been relegated to the bench. The steady lead, Yonsei. Oh, beautiful look and pass.
What a lob pass. He was running downhill like a steam train, and then after that he saw the open man, so he just released it and shared it, and they just put it away. Fantastic run by Yonsei University. Now I can say this, they're bossing this quarter.
Beautiful thread to the needle, 32-19. Once again, there's another timeout in this second quarter called by head coach Xu Yang. Again, from what you said, Ben, apparently it's only 50% of how he instructs and coaches.
I call it the volume.
The volume, I see. Okay, well, it's a good thing that we can't listen to that. Unfortunately, we don't get an opportunity to have the coaches mic'd up, but we'll see a couple of more moving highlights in this instance.
Yeah, let's have a look at the highlights there. Shoots for three. Bang! What a moment. He is hot to trot at the moment. Hesul. And he's just, what a share. What a share by Chae-hong to give it to Chi-hun, who just put it away. Unselfish basketball, good stroking basketball. And Hesul, he is a contender for the player of the game to give me a chance to get my fried rice back.
If he continues with shooting as well, who knows? He might also be a contestant for the three-point competition later this week. Now, I gotta say, bringing up the stats, he scored 15 points for Yonsei so far. He's 5 for 7 from 3. That's the best we've seen so far in this tournament.
80% from the outside. You know, that's very. And it's only the second quarter. That's absolutely amazing. So really good stuff. And don't forget, for the three-point shooting contest, everyone, players will be invited to that three-point shooting contest based on their shooting ability in their pool games.
And you know what? Just to bring up, give credit to Lee Hae-sol. He's making tough shots and uncontested shots. It's a variety of those baskets made. And 5 seconds left. Bodies hit the floor.
And 14 seconds left on the shot clock. We are approaching the halfway point of the second period. Let's have a look at this replay. Again, excellent, excellent defense by Yonsei, and credit there for Chae-hong, who just really checked it and said, nah, you're not getting anywhere. He stopped, he basically cut off the drive, and looked like, oh, this is a sad sight to see that we can't see it on screen right now, but Chae-hong is injured. And he's hit the deck pretty hard, and the officials looking at it, he's just holding on to his shin, that right shin.
He tried getting up, but then he kind of laid back again. So hopefully it's nothing too serious. He's limping off the court, so luckily at least he can walk somewhat. Could have been a shin injury or a strain, perhaps. But that's going to be it for the first half, at least for him.
Yep, he was chasing the loose ball, and then
yeah,
that's why he collided with basically the Hu Hui, who was also diving for the loose ball. So that's just bad luck. That happens in basketball. Off the handoff. Nice.
Downhill pass and a hook shot made for the Shanghai big Yu Guannan. Under 5 minutes left for the second quarter. Yonsei, unfortunately, with an injured player, back to the bench, and quickly drawing a foul.
Sorry, Taylor, to interrupt. I was just going to say that's going to be really, really interesting, because you know what? He's done a very, very good job in terms of his defense today, Chae-hong. And is there a like-for-like replacement for him coming off the bench? We'll wait and see.
I mean, so far with the bench player, Lee Hae-sol, that has been playing out beautifully for the Yonsei team. He leads the score for both teams as we have man-to-man. But Shanghai can't seem to connect the dots. 32-21 is the score. Yonsei with an 11-point lead.
From the wing, jab and drive.
Poor handle on the ball.
And hang on to it, and that's why it's going to be, they're switching the basketballs at the moment, so that's why it's going to be a Shanghai University ball.
Kim Sul-on on the screen as the possession goes back to Shanghai. There's big from the outside. There's a handoff. There's step back. It's going to be ISO here. Step back three. Too short. It rattles just out. Again, having no luck from the perimeter. Ooh, that rattles in for Yonsei University.
Good runner. And you take your luck.
Yonsei with a steady lead for this entire game. There's a downhill drive and an and one.
And it counts.
Yep. They're going to cash that in. Hopefully get the free throw shot in. That's going to be number 0, Liu Guannan. As we have number 2 of Yonsei, Kang Tae-hyun, subbing off.
Bounce pass, goes upstairs and just puts it away. Took the contact. And yes, the referee was correct because there was contact. Potential three-point play coming up right here.
Not many free throw opportunities for Shanghai University.
Converts the three-point play, and I do agree with you. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of free throw charity stripe action in this game. A lot of outside shooting more from Yonsei, but the penetration and the drive downhill by Shanghai very apparent.
And number 6 is King Sung-woo putting a clinic onto Shanghai Jiaotong University. Now, circling back to what you said about the free throws, Ben, it's not that many, but they're making it count, and they've been, I believe they are 100% from the charity stripe.
Yeah, man, Shanghai just trying to hit them from the outside because they're really just trying to get back into this game. You know, everything has sort of not going according to plan late in the first period, and that's because of Yonsei's great transition, shooting, motion, defense, really. And it's been a bit stop-start lately. It looks like our referees are very busy people.
Yeah. But again, going back to what you said, the Yonsei team has been consistent. They've been pretty steadfast in all 2 quarters that we've seen so far. So that is a huge difference for Shanghai University. As opposed to them, they have to catch up. They have to adjust up against Yonsei University.
You're absolutely right.
The 2 ricochets. Yonsei, here comes a coast-to-coast. As they wait for the trailers, catch and shoot opportunity. Does not fall, can't connect. Look away pass. Looks to be 5 out, being run by Shanghai. Again, taking time with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. He's going ISO in over the Yonsei big. That goes to show Shanghai's patient at their moments.
Trying to find a way through the Yonsei team.
90 seconds left in the second quarter. There's a kick out to number 6. Does not fall. He blanks that one. The check is rejected with interest, and here comes Shanghai again.
Shanghai, if they can just get one big basket before the end of this period, game back on for them.
You see the physicality that number 12 of Shanghai is showing, Dun Jiawei, but just couldn't get the bucket. They're just struggling to get those baskets, unless it's those free throws that we're seeing, which there aren't that many.
Yeah, I mean, you also got to give credit to the Yonsei defense. You know, they've done a really, really good job just not pressing certain players. So that has really, really, you know, sort of distorted the Shanghai offense. And that's why they're resulting to big shots off the cross right here. Attacks.
It's 2-1. And the ball gets fumbled around. It's still going to be Shanghai's possession with 51 seconds in regulation. Actually, excuse me, Yonsei's possession. From the wing, this drive and kick out. There's a switch. With the downhill drive, they kick out once again. Oh, count it, baby!
He just went for the triple try. And as they say, effort, sometimes overcomes ability, and that's what that was all about. Yonsei for the three. Gu Sing Che. Let's look at this. Fire, baby, fire.
That wasn't an easy shot
Bang.
either. And now he'll get a chance at the line.
Potential 4-point play coming up for this young man, Gu Sing Che. Couldn't convert, but picks up the loose ball. Will they go again for a three? They'll just say stop. Let's just waste a bit of time. We've got time right now. There's about an 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. On the jab, on the drive, kicks, releases. Bang! What a shot!
Once again, another shot by Gu Sing Chang. Now it's between number 3 as well as one Lee Sul, and that's how we conclude the first half of the Group C series between Yonsei and Shanghai Jiaotong University. 42-26. That is the biggest deficit that we've seen in the AUBL tournament so far. Again, Shanghai being caught off guard, or Yonsei just being strong and steady with all 2 quarters so far. And we have a halftime performance thanks to the AUBL cheerleader group. As the score you see on the screen, Yonsei 42, Shanghai Jiaotong University 26 points. As Ben, you want to walk us through the halftime stats?
Absolutely. Look at those 3-point attempts. You know, 7 of 17 for the Yonsei University team. It feels like a lot more, to be honest, because they've been shooting with a lot more precision in the second period. And that is the major difference. Field goal shooting percentage, and that is down to 36% for Shanghai because of the great defense of Yonsei. Yonsei out rebounding the bigger and so-called stronger Shanghai, but you know that word stronger is very subjective at the moment because Yonsei is the better team at the moment.
Yeah, despite having the size over Yonsei University, as we'll see how Shanghai Jiaotong University adjusts and if Yonsei can continue with this strong gameplay with all 4 quarters.
Some of the highlights from the second period, and as Taylor said, the Shanghai team came alive and a lot better and attacked the rim much more on the spin move and takes it, the turn and the burn, but the steal, the protection, and the easy layup for Iche Hong. But Shanghai, they just kept chipping away at it, but they couldn't stop the onslaught of the Yonsei team, who were just not afraid to make some innovative basketball moves, and they were more creative, they were more dynamic, but Shanghai just stuck to their game plan, and maybe their tactics and strategy is a little bit too predictable, and Yonsei has read them really well, and they have taken advantage that Yonsei doesn't defend the perimeter very well, and they stepped up and hit those open shots. Little bit of an injury scare here and there for the Yonsei team, but overall they managed the storm, they managed the challenges, and looking for the sweet spots, and they hit the big shots. Shanghai just relying on grit and determination and the philosophy of Xu Yang to really try to stay competitive in this game. Nice driving kick, shoots for the 3, good. That was really good. That brought the house down, Taylor.
Yeah, and talking about Yonsei taking control of the game, both quarters they scored 21 points as opposed to Shanghai Jiaotong University, 14 in the first and 12 in the second. So let's see if they can turn it around again, changing the strategies. You know, we're seeing Shanghai playing a little flat in both of these quarters. So let's see how Xu Yang has the players adjust.
Well, they've got to look less predictable. They've got to throw something at Yonsei that Yonsei don't know. Because like I've said this a few times today, Yonsei have just got a plan for everything that Shanghai throws at them, you know. Okay, they're going to like be physical and they're just going to go more man-to-man. Let's just, you know, kick and drive and shoot and use our shooters to our advantage. And that's why they're more effective from the outside and really, really filling it up and building it up on the scoreboard. I mean, look at the scoreboard, 42-26. That ain't a pretty scoreboard if you are the Shanghai Jiatong University team.
Yeah, it is the top university out in the China region. But again, the collective effort from all of the Yonsei players, even from the bench players included, it's been more well-rounded from the Yonsei's point of view. As you know, we looked at the halftime stats and talk about the lead scorer still. Again, it's number 1, Lee Hae-sul with 15 points. Again, talking about great shooting from the outside from not just him, but also coming off the bench. We got some impressive bench players from Yonsei University. We got Gu Sung-che also dropping in 2 buckets from the perimeter.
No, it's been great. I mean, well done, Taylor. Well done on breaking the stats down. And I mean, it's going to be very, very interesting how the second half is going to run, especially for Shanghai. I mean, they're down by double digits. They've got to come out. And do they have a three-point shooter on their team that can, you know, really, you know, like sort of reduce the deficit? Because it looks like Yonsei has a lot of shooting weapons on their team. Does Shanghai have that? Question mark.
Yeah, I mean, the question is, if one, as you said, if they even have any outside shooters, but 2, like, if they're not making those in, are they going to change the strategy up? Or are they going to continue to try making those baskets fall? So we'll see, as we'll go into break right now, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned for more AUBL.
You okay? You look more comfortable. Inside back there. My opinion.
Actually, don't mind either. To be honest.
Okay, cool. That's nice. You're very versatile.
Trying.
That's fun.
Welcome back to the AUBL broadcast. My name is Taylor Chen here with the Ben Ibrahim. Now we just covered the first half of the Yonsei University up against the Shanghai Jiaotong University. Score right now 42-26. Ben, what's your take so far on the second half?
No, impressive. Really, really impressive by Yonsei. You know, not the biggest team in the world, but sleek and very athletic and mobile. Also, great shoot, loaded up with some fantastic shooting talent. So the coach of this Yonsei team, Coach Yoonjin, you have to give him a lot of credit for recruiting the right type of players for this tournament. Because don't forget, tournaments like this, it's week long. You don't have a lot of time to recover. So sometimes you select the players, not just who's the best or who's the best in form, but those who can recover quickly in this tournament-style basketball.
Yeah, and luckily for all teams, they're going to have they're going to have 1 day off. But so far, we're seeing really great highlights from Yonsei University. Again, we're seeing a lot more perimeter shooting from the team from Korea, as opposed to Shanghai Jiaotong University. Yonsei, their ball movement is fantastic, 11 assists, as opposed to Shanghai, they're more going for ISO plays, individual ball, trying to drive into the paint. And again, we were talking about it a little bit earlier. It's a little bit flat from what we're seeing from
It's a little
Shanghai.
bit flat. I mean, you're relying on one-on-one type of guys. I mean, this is a one-on-one competition. Maybe they might be in front but you know what, basketball is a team game, and they are the better team. Yonsei University, you know, they stripped the Shanghai of the ball a few times, forcing those turnovers, and those turnovers always led to baskets.
Yes.
So that physicality, that press, that's very Korean basketball. I see that a lot in Korea, not just at the senior end, but at the grassroots end. You know, in Malaysia, where I'm from, we've seen some of the Korean teams absolutely come super fit, and they show us how to play smart basketball from the first quarter to the fourth. And that's what we're seeing right now. But again, question mark, I've said this a few times today, question mark, the fitness, how much gas is in the tank, we'll see in this halfway through this third period.
It's a game of endurance for Yonsei, and for Shanghai's side for the second half, it's about how they adjust, changing the game strategy. If we can see a shot from the perimeter from one of these Shanghai boys.
Well, that's the thing. We spoke about that just now. Do they have one? Do they have one? Because they're such big, strong, physical, front court players, who are so used to bossing their way in the, on the inside and getting and scoring from underneath the rim. But, we don't see that today because, what Yonsei did before Shanghai could try to penetrate in the paint, they were already pressing, using that press to deny them access into the paint, to deny them access to penetrate. So I think what Coach Yoonjin is saying, look, let's stop their penetration, drive and kick and shoot. Lights out. If we can do this over and over again, we've got this game.
Yeah, just a couple of points that Yonsei might have to be cautious of is we have some foul trouble for one of the Yonsei players, as well as number 7, Lee Chae-hung, got a little bit of an injury as 23 Sheng Haoren jammed into his shin. So let's see if we might see him back on the court. As we have stats on the line is number 3, Gu Xing-chae with 6 points. Again, coming off the bench, making 2 buckets from the three-point line in the second quarter as we start off the second half of the Group C gameplay. Yonsei 42, Shanghai 26, and a quick steal. Let's see if they could dash off with a strong start, and yes, sir, they do. 45-26, thanks to number 5, Lee Ju-young.
Lee Ju-young, what a three from the corner to deliver from deep, to hit it and to really, really open up the lead here for the Yonsei team. Baseline.
And a great putback. Good patience shown by Shanghai's own number 25, Wu Hui. Now we'll see. Yonsei might be getting double digits in making those threes. The long 2 does not fall.
Rushing and racing, trying to race to the rim. But again, look at that defense. Taylor can't penetrate, struggling, press, turnover.
Yeah, keeping them out and getting the possession back. Waiting for the trailers. Here's number 5, Lee Ju-young. There's a downhill pass. Couldn't connect. Out of bounds. Still Yonsei's possession. 17 seconds left on the shot clock.
I love this defense by Yonsei. You know, you just can't get through. You can't get through our wall. We have brought the wall of resistance to Shanghai, and that is giving the Shanghai players a major, major headache, which no Panadol can fix right now.
You got the Great Wall of China? Well, you got the Great Wall of Yonsei here at Binjiang Gymnasium.
That's right, they brought that. And let's have a look at this replay here. Yep, good screen. Gets the separation. Yeah, they've brought the physicality as well. Look at that, pressure, press.
Yeah, like white on rice there. Here's Shanghai's possession, 9 seconds, there's a downhill, draws a foul. Number 5's foul, it's gonna be Yi Ju-young's holding foul as we see the last possession.
Feed up, and no, he should have put his hands up, Yi Ju-young, so he could be seen by the referees as legal guarding position for the cylinder. But you know what? I mean, easier said than done, because in those situations, you're just trying not to show the referee that you foul. But even though he did the right thing, his feet were planted, he didn't put his hands up. So the cylinder was not displayed.
On the screen, you see the stats line for Hu Hui, 4 points, getting 2 rebounds. We have Shanghai missing the first free throw. The second one is good. Hu Hui once again. Score now, 45-29, Yonsei with a steady lead over Shanghai Jiaotong University. Still have yet to see an appearance by Yi Jae-hong.
Look at this mobility, Taylor. Screen, drive, takes the 3.
Shaking off Shanghai Jiaotong University. Dropping another bucket. Heat check for Lee Hae-sul.
Someone put the heater on. It is hot to trot.
As if it wasn't hot enough already, the Yonsei University have made 9 of their 19 buckets from beyond the perimeter. As we have Yi Jae-young trying to pass to his counterpart. Out of bounds it goes, though.
Yi Ju-young tried to lob that to a very, very cutting teammate, but I think they need to work on that in training a little bit more before they can execute that in game time.
Absolutely. I think they have some freedom or leniency to try and run these set plays. Unfortunately, that one didn't play out. But again, with the leniency of a 48-31 lead, that's a whole lot of freedom for Yonsei. And insurance, too.
200%.
Starting from the baseline, Shanghai. And a bullet pass out from the left wing. There's a dribble, drive in, and one. Again, more ISO plays from Shanghai Jiaotong. So haven't seen much of a switch up from the men in white.
Not at all. I mean, look at this here. He said, okay, I'll just take everybody on myself.
Yeah.
And, you know, got the runner to go, Chen Tian-kan. And if they keep going like that, I tell you what, Taylor, if they keep going like that, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. And, you know, the scoreboard is really, really going to hit them in terms of confidence. Potential three-point play here. Couldn't put that away. So, outlet.
Ma Jingtao, 7 points in this game so far. Again, Shanghai University playing bully ball still in the second half. Here's the catch and shoot. Could not catch one.
Great hustle.
8 seconds left on the shot clock. Takes the gamble, rejects the screen. There's a travel call.
That's the first travel call today.
This game.
What's this? Sorry, that's the second travel. Is that the first travel call of this game?
Second travel call overall.
Oh, yes, that's right. We haven't had a lot of travels, which is
Not
great.
too many, yeah.
So these guys really know the footwork and how to protect the ball.
Unfortunately for Shanghai, though, they're now in the double digits in making turnovers. 11 for the men in white, 9 for Yonsei.
Can't hit a 3. Really struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. That problem has rolled over to the third quarter. We got 6.5 minutes left to go. Ansu going ISO, trying to put Shanghai in the spins.
Shanghai was better defense by them as they bring it up the floor. They're scanning and looking.
Burning the clock, less than 7 seconds. And a misfire pass. Let's see if Yonsei makes him pay. Here's a kick out shot. And here he comes. It is Gu Xing-che.
Timeout. You need a timeout.
Must have.
You got to stop the bleeding here. This is too much. Look at him. He is like, oh Lord. Looking at his players and saying, why did you give him so much space? Now the scolding comes out.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's granted, or I think it's justified with that misfire pass straight into the hands of a Yonsei player, and immediately, you know, we talked about earlier, Ben, that you said, you know, they're able to make those turnovers, cashing them into points. Well, we're still seeing that in the third quarter here.
Well coached, the Yonsei team. And this bad pass, very bad pass. And then bounces it, kicks it, wide open. Kaboom. Explodes it from the outside. And nothing but net.
Yeah, it's great peripheral vision from Yonsei's side. So, you know, we saw the Shanghai player going for that pass, so it could have gone into the hands of the player at the corner, but it just so happens that Yonsei were quick to get the steal and get the coast-to-coast basket.
Well, they are the running team, and you know, with a performance like this, Team Mongolia, the team from Mongolia, into Jin University have done really, really well. And 3 points tonight for Gu Xing-che. Not a lot of points, but he'll be happy that he's making some production and helping his team absolutely dominate. That scoreboard is painful to watch if you're a Shanghai University fan.
Yeah, and coming from a bench player, Gu Xing-che, I mean, not that many baskets, as you said, Ben, but he has been absolutely effective from the perimeter. 3 for 4 so far in this game.
And it's really interesting with their style of play here. Taylor, in terms of that kick and drive, you know, transition press, good solid D. You know, try to deny them, you know, their offense before they even get to half court. That's great. That's such innovative thinking. You know, it's like rugby type. Don't let them get up the pitch. But in this case, the court, and really, really well coached by Yunjin. But again, let's not talk too much. We're only at the halfway point of the third quarter. Another quarter and a half to come.
Yeah, 51-33. I mean, Shanghai University has only scored 7 points in this quarter, and a lot of it is coming from those free throw baskets that goes around and out. Too bad for Yonsei. Shanghai hoping to get a bucket here in this possession. Here's a back and forth, returns a favor. There's a 2, thanks to number 11, or number 17, Chen Tiancan.
Yeah, that was good back and forth movement, so they need a bit more of that.
5 minutes left for third quarter. Here's a catch and shoot opportunity, too short. They get another chance. Here comes the second chance, and it falls for Lee Sul.
Lee Sul firing on all cylinders. And it looks like they want to shoot their way to victory for this one. Taylor.
He's got ice in his veins today. And again, another misfire pass. Here comes Yonsei. The fast break opportunity. Let's see if they'll land him another 3 from beyond downtown is number 5, Lee Ju-young.
Splash for the cash. They are just building it. They are up by 21 points. In my part of the world, they say don't pray, pray, and don't pray, pray with this Yonsei team, which means don't play plays in a euphemistic joke. And right now, Shanghai just do not know how to respond to this ever-firing Yonsei team who's just lighting it up from the outside.
Yeah, Shanghai University is kind of struggling. Yonsei is now playing a game of runs. We're seeing multiple possessions where they are scoring. And again, Shanghai not having an answer, not being able to guard those perimeter shots and only chipping away the score with those free throws.
So I know what Coach Xu Young is doing here. He says go man-to-man. Go really man-to-man and stick to them. I know when he goes like this, I've seen him before, when he goes like this, he's not scolding them. He said, okay, we're in a hole. We're in a really, really big hole here. This is what you're going to do. Just go to man-to-man. So he needs to put on his more athletic and quicker players who can stay with these guys, who can deny Yonsei from shooting threes.
Yeah, need to put the clamps on the Yonsei players.
Yep, that's right. Clamp down and don't let them fend you off.
We're coming out of the timeout, 4 minutes and 31 seconds in the third quarter. And Yonsei consistent, taking the lead in every single quarter, including the third. Shanghai just getting 10 points in the third quarter. Here's the dribble drive going, ISO, and that kisses the glass into the circle. (57-38), look away pass, they step back, reset from the left side, does not fall.
They're so confident at the moment. But look at that transition and how they get back, and they don't let Shanghai back in deflection.
Just so much pressure, but there we go. Finally, a break for Shanghai University now with number 29 getting the bucket, Yu Zhihan.
Good job by Yu Zhihan. And one thing that Yonsei should not run away from is that press. Keep pressing. You know what? Because, I mean, if your shots are not going to go down all the time, you've got to press, which leads extended layup and just gets the slip and lands on his bottom. To inbound for Yonsei, King Sung-oh, who had an injury scare in the second period.
Yeah, Shanghai effective with the ATO. They got 2 back-to-back buckets just now. Score is Shanghai still trailing behind by 17 points. So Yonsei, 1 second left, does not notice the shot clock violation. That's going to be our first one today.
That's right, couldn't get the shot off. And you know what, Coach Jin saying, okay, come on, spatial awareness. You got to be aware of it. Now is that. I mean, now is the time not to get a little bit, not to get complacent, because it's only 17 points. 17 points may seem like a big lead, but it's not. It's just, you know, 4 3-pointers. You're only down by a couple. Oh, they have taken it to the bucket and made the tough shots twice in a row now, Taylor.
Yeah, and it's the same finish from the inside by Shanghai guard, number 17, Chen Tiantan.
Contested.
Double team for 3, no good. Good save by Shanghai.
They're on a 4-0 run right here. Can they go 6? Bounce.
Backdoor cut, threads the needle, and one.
Well, they just went boom time. Not a major slam, but he dunked it in.
Definitely a much needed highlight play there. We'll get to see a quick look of that very shortly. Yonsei University now finally calling a timeout on their end.
Now it's Coach Jin's turn to crack the nut and say, hey, what are you guys doing? You the guys thinking about the recovery pass already?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, insurance can only get you so far. You're talking about Ben having Shanghai with scoring runs. And as I said, Yonsei was getting the lead with the game of runs. So again, Shanghai taking a page out of Yonsei. And it's working so far. Score 57-44. They're slowly climbing. It's still possible to tie this game right now.
For sure. Look at this. You know, outlet, looking up, decent pass. And this is what you call simple basketball. There was contact right there as well. But, you know, we only say that because there's a replay. It's not easy to call in real time. So right now, the individual skills of getting to the inside by Shanghai, even though it's not a scoreboard difference, it is a euphemistic difference for these two teams. And Shanghai, they've got, you know, the rhythm with them. Can they kick on? If they can just get 2 unanswered big baskets, oh, game back on.
Yeah, the concern for Yonsei is we haven't really seen a run made by Shanghai Jiaotong University. So could they blow out that fire that Shanghai has lit? We'll have to see, as we have free throw opportunities for Shanghai. It's number 25, Hu Hui, at the charity stripe.
And Hu Hui puts it away. That's a bit of poetry right there.
He's now with 7 points in today's matchup against Yonsei University. We see that full court pressure applied on Yonsei.
Well, that's Shanghai. I think they realize, okay, if you're going to press us, we're going to press you back, you know? And maybe we'll do it to more full effect because we're bigger. So let's see how they respond with the press. Yep, a little bit clumsy and very smart of Sung-Oh to just let it go. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. I think what Yonsei really need right now is just 1 basket just to calm things down, because just to stop the bleeding and to stop this run of Shanghai Jiaotong University.
Yeah, and that's why they have number 3, Gu Sing Che, coming into the game. Maybe they're going to have to make it rain with threes again. As a side pass rolls out of bounds.
That's good double team defense by Shanghai just to stop that shooter. And right now, Yonsei are under pressure.
Yeah, Shanghai's just got 12 points to tie up the game. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left on the clock. Stepping back, and here comes another bucket.
The stop and the pop, nicely done by Shanghai. And now, Yonsei a little bit panicky.
Ooh, and there is another 3. Hot to trot, that is going to be number 3, Gu Sing Che again.
That's a good shot to just calm the nerves down. But Shanghai want to respond. Oh, no foul, says the referee. And backcourt violation.
And this is again to say that Shanghai has yet to make any buckets from out in the perimeter. So they have made adjustments, but if we could see some shots from beyond there, that'd be great for the men in white, as we have number 0 coming in, Liu Guannan, logging in. Minute and a half. Yonsei 60, Shanghai 47, catch and shoot for number 3, Gu Sing Che. Trying to go for back-to-back buckets.
Gotta play defense now, Yonsei. Their offense is extremely rushed at the moment.
Chen Tiancan going in ISO, lobs it way out to the perimeter, and 4 seconds left. That's too short. Had the look, not the touch. Look away pass as we see 3 points. Shots made in the 3rd quarter, 6 for 12 for Yonsei. And again, Shanghai with 0 for 2. And referees call foul on Shanghai. It's going to be number 0, Liu Guannan.
48.5 to go, Taylor. And only 13 points down. Let's have a look at this replay. And good double team. Very, very good double team by Shanghai, Liu Guannan and Sui Renchen.
With 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Ooh, trying to find a counterpart. Instead, it goes in the hands of Shanghai. Here's 25 at the wing. Hu Hui's shot does not fall. Yonsei going to bring it back coast to coast with a fast break. Slowing it down. The shot from the top. There's too much juice from that shot. 19 seconds left. Possibly the final possession in the 3rd quarter. They're going to take their sweet time with Chen Tiancan at the top.
Shot clock and game clock, same time. Shoots for 3.
On the corner. Oof. He chucks it there. A little bit too beat. Yonsei With the final possession of the third quarter, Yonsei still with a steady lead, 60-47, but Shanghai Jiaotong University making it interesting in the last couple of minutes of quarter three.
Well, Shanghai Jiaotong University, they've outscored Yonsei in this third period. You know what? And they've really found a way. I think they've found their rhythm. They said, okay, we now know how this Yonsei team plays. They're going to try to deny us after we get over half court to really run our offense. They're going to try to kick and shoot. They're getting complacent with their shots. They're taking rush shots. Let's force them to take rush shots. So Shanghai, that's why what Coach Xu Yang was doing. Go man to man. Deny them. You know, get inside their heads and really disrupt their shooting rhythm, which they have been very inconsistent. Yonsei, has been very inconsistent late down the stretch in the third quarter. So as you can see right there, I mean, the mathematics is clear. Shanghai have not hit one single three-pointer, whereas Yonsei have hit 13. Free throws, both teams are relatively even. Rebounds, both teams are relatively even. Assists, I mean, it's no surprise that Yonsei has got more assists because of the kicking, the drive and kick, and then steals. They're quite even. So if you look at the stats, Taylor, these two teams are quite even. You know, but it's just the two different variations of playing. You know, and one statistic that we're going to measure that with is your field goal shooting percentage. One team heavily reliant from the outside. One team, like you said, ISO play. Which one's going to win at the end? I mean, I never like teams who do ISO, but you know what? If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
If it works, it works, as we see a couple of moving highlights in the third quarter. Again, talking about the Yonsei's being less selfish on the court. We're talking about how they have more assists to Shanghai Jiaotong University with more ISO ball, going bully ball up against the men in blue.
And drive the lane, extended layup, very good. And they're really good there. I mean, I love to see the stats in terms of points in the paint. Who scores more? I mean, in my opinion, I think points in the paint is very much in Shanghai's favor. And you know, Yonsei is more from, you know, their sweet spots, especially with the drive and kick.
So we saw a quick view of number 10, Ho Sang-min, star player of Yonsei University. He's only scored 3 points, but again, bench players really contributing heavily for Yonsei University with the likes of Lee Se-hul as well as Gi Sung-jae.
In and out shot that missed three-pointer. So this disruption, this psychology that Shanghai is doing, it's working.
That rattles right in.
The comeback is very much on for Shanghai University.
Anything is possible. There's a whole 10 minutes for the Shanghai University to catch up.
Another missed shot, but that time was by the fadeaway. So Shanghai, if they can get one more basket, it's down to a single-digit lead.
Shanghai University had a handful of runs in the third quarter. Let's see if they can get that again. Second chance opportunity is given to the men in white.
What a rip earlier.
There's a candy cane curl and an alley-oop attempt. That rolls right out of the rim.
I'm surprised the referee hasn't called anything sooner. It was getting WWF wrestling down there and very argy-bargy.
Yeah, we're expanding into different sports now at this point.
Absolutely. More metaphoric. And look at how they're breathing. Is the VO2 Max engine got enough in the tank?
Number 16, Sui Renchen getting some rest as number 6, Jiang Chenxuan is logging into the game.
Tell you what, if Shanghai had a shooter, they'd be in front. Swing.
Lot of ball movement. Swung to the opposite side. Another travel call. That's 2 in the second half.
Lee Ju-young shell-shocked about saying the referee said to him too many steps. But that was the right call. 8:32 to go. Coach Yoon Jin having a massive headache at the moment. He's taking a breather because the Shanghai team are coming like sharks.
13 seconds. Driving in, ISO once again, and he pulls off another bucket, 60-51. It's a single-digit deficit now here.
Well, I think Coach Shu has just told his team, attack the rim. Deny them and attack the rim. Deny their shooting, because they're going to shoot. They're going to shoot here. Another missed shot. How many missed shots have they missed? Oh, my gosh, in this fourth quarter.
Shanghai University giving up on the perimeter shooting, and another beautiful pass.
8-0 run. It's an 8-0 run. They're going to call for a timeout. They've got to stop this bleeding. They've really, really got to stop this bleeding. Look at the scoreboard. 7 points down. Bounce pass.
A dish was served hot. Here comes number 5, Lee Ju-young for 3. No good.
Got to take a simple shot. Don't take a 3.
We got to get the bucket, and it goes right in, 62-53.
Let's stop the bleeding a little bit, but I think that, you know, these rush shots are working into the favor of Shanghai.
Yeah, as of right now, Shanghai is playing with more ease right now. Yonsei has to be really guarded. With just a 9-point deficit, there's a foul call.
Ooh, there was a bit of bully ball down there. That was strong, strong stuff by Duan Chia Wei.
It's a foul call on number 5, Lee Ju-young.
Look at this. Strong boom. That's what you call toughness personified.
Yeah, we definitely love to see that from these larger teams, particularly right now in Shanghai Jiao Tong University. Ben, you mentioned how head coach Xu Yang instructing them, go ISO, go hard, go physical on offense, and it's playing out.
Well, the interior defense is not great, right? You would say it's not the worst in the world, but it's not great because they struggle. Because once these big Shanghai guys get in and penetrate in the paint, which they've been trying to stop them to do, I mean, in the first 3 periods, you know, it's not working anymore because you know why? Because of that F word, fatigue. So they've just got to be a little bit more imaginative, and gets the bounce and puts that away. It is a 7-point deficit with 7 minutes to go.
It's still a game for a Group C gameplay between Yonsei and Shanghai. Here's a shot from the top. Yonsei with a 2, no good. Shanghai bringing it back. The crowd at Bingjiang Gymnasium is going nuts in that little Shanghai fan cluster.
Off the cross court earlier at the B line.
Kick out, reset, 17. Here he comes, Chen Tian-Tsen. There's a foul call. Offensive foul for Shanghai. Back to Yonsei it goes. Again, talking about Yonsei showing some signs of fatigue, and that really shows as they're making ticky-tacky fouls or whatever fouls that they're making, as Shanghai is getting majority of their free throws, more free throws than Yonsei University.
Corner.
From the top, number 6, King Soo-un. There's putting Shanghai in the spins, but he could not make it work. It's off target.
These jumpers ain't falling for them, for Yonsei here, Taylor. And you know what? I think the psychology is like, oh, let's just get a bucket. Let's just get a bucket. But, you know, take your time. You've got the bigger lead. Just take your time because there's a lot of time left. And, like, Shanghai saying, okay, you're just falling to our trap.
Yeah, absolutely. You're seeing a little bit of Yonsei scrambling. It's 2-2, getting the board, and Shanghai gets the putback. 62-57, now only 5 points, and called timeout is made by Yonsei University.
Well, he should have called that timeout much earlier, the coach, you know, because they went on that 8-0 run, and they weren't getting any baskets. They got a basket there earlier, but you know what? That's going to be a learning curve for this, because don't forget, in this tournament, they don't get many timeouts.
Yeah, absolutely. It's only 3 timeouts in the second half. So maybe his strategy is to save those timeouts late in the game, but could that bite him in the bottom? Who knows? We'll see right now as we have the local fans going crazy supporting Shanghai Jiao Tong University here on a Monday afternoon.
Putting it up and scoring, so they're just gonna get that. Drive the lane, go downhill. Drive the lane, go downhill. Pass, hit your open man with a pass. And yeah, so Coach Xu Yang, he'll select his athletic bigs who have a bit more ticker in the gas, as I like to say, for the last stretch of this last 5 minutes and 52 seconds of the fourth quarter. All Yonsei have to do is just go for simple shots. I think that they haven't hit one three-point shot in this fourth quarter.
Well, they've only scored 2 points at that, so it's not really boding well for the Yonsei team. Again, talk about Lee Hae-sul as well as Gu Sing-che have been pretty quiet in the second half.
But one man who's not quiet is number 6, Jian Cheng-chen, with 12 points. He's been electric. He's been fantastic. Calm heads is needed for Yonsei. They've led this whole game, and they're looking. And the song by the MC, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, shoot for 3.
Yonsei will certainly need any kind of bucket. Particularly a 3 would be great for them right now. Here's the pump, fake, dribble, drive, drawing a foul. We see some acting from Shanghai University.
You know what? There's been two games today so far in the Asian University Basketball League. The acting is quite classy. Let's just say that.
Yeah, it hasn't crossed any lines. You know, there's some sense of humor to it. It's no ill will towards anybody.
No, the teams who do it, they just do it because they want to win. And they will try, like every successful athlete will tell you, you always try to find that 1%, 10% extra edge, and that's all it is. No malice about it.
12 seconds on the shot clock. Yonsei, there's a handoff, and deep from downtown. Does not fall. Shanghai bringing it back. Shanghai crowd going wild here at Binjiang. As you see on the scoreboard, Yonsei 62, Shanghai 57. Tianzan
trying to deny.
Dribble drive, finds a space, and he makes the bucket.
Makes the really, really tough bucket. Absolutely amazing stuff by Ma Jingtao. He just took it, and right now, it's a 3-point ball game.
Yeah, he's cashing in those checks. Here's a long 2. There's a Hail Mary by Yonsei, but Shanghai is getting carried by the crowd. Pump fake.
Oh,
step over the line. Ooh, turnover for Shanghai.
What a moment. If he went for that 3, Taylor, and he made it, that would have tied the game. Now Coach Xu Yang and his Shanghai Jiatong University team, they believe they can get this done.
Yeah, this is exactly what Yonsei doesn't want, is the runs made by Shanghai Jiaotong University. The insurance, well, there's not much insurance left. Catch and shoot by number 1, Lee Hae-sul. Still goose eggs for number 1. Let's see, from the top is number 5, Lee Ju-young. Finally getting a break.
Well, they needed that to make it a 2-possession game because they were hitting nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Skip pass, double team, reset at the wing. And Tianzan draws a foul going in for the bucket. And just
looking at the replay here, puts it up, and no, that was a good foul. I mean, in terms of how he drew the foul. So smart, he saw the double team. Smart, very, very smart. And Ju-young, a bit frustrated with himself that he fell into that trap.
Yeah, it's a shame, especially after he made the bucket from the top, as we have number 8, Yi Pyong-yup, logging into the game. This is an instance, Ben, where we're seeing that how important these free throws matter, because I talked about it earlier. A lot of their points were made through those free throws, and their percentage has been quite good for Shanghai. So another one for the men in white here with Chen Tianzan at the line. He'll get a second one.
Let's have a look at this. Can he make it perfect from the line to make this a 4-point ball game? He's huffing and puffing, trying to stay focused. Mental toughness. All the mental toughness training that he's done comes to this moment. 3:55 to go. He needs to hit this shot. Mop boy, wipe up the sweat because this man is sweating from here to kingdom come. Ma Jing Tao.
It's a good thing they have those long mops rather than going on all fours.
Bullseye. Yes, bring out the phone, take some content, and put it on Instagram. And don't forget to tag and collaborate with AUBL, Asian University Basketball League. Yunse trying to waste a bit of time.
Pace is moving fast. An Sung-woo to number 13 logging in. Sun Chi-hun. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Going white on rice with a Hail Mary shot. Kim Chung-hun giving them a second chance. Any points will help for Yonsei.
That looked, I don't know, it looked like a bit of a goaltend if you ask me. Oof.
No IRS, unfortunately. The play goes on here. Shanghai double team now. Wedged between a rock and a hard place. Here comes a second chance, and it drops for Shanghai University.
It drops, and that's good hustle, but it's a 2-point ball game. Now, Yunse, where are you? Where are your shooters? I would suggest just to drive downhill, try to get a 2. Go for the floater.
It's gut check time for Yonsei. 7 seconds left. Here's a drive, shaking off Shanghai. Barely getting the bucket.
Oh, that was a lucky one. That almost went out. King Sung-oh. Oh, did he need that? Do they need that bucket?
They definitely need it, and you can see the energy from Yonsei. They're getting worn out right now. Shanghai, on the other hand, they're clawing to get to tie the game.
What did I tell you? Fitness.
Still 0 points from 3.
No joy from the outside for Shanghai Jiaotong University. Up top.
There's a reset. There's the candy cane curl and tries to find his Yonsei player. And luckily, Lee Hae-sol recovers it. Catch and shoot opportunity with 3 seconds left.
Oh, I thought that came off a Shanghai player.
Same. Same, actually.
No IRS, that's what you... The only IRS is the referee's mind, which has no rewind button.
Well, Shanghai's not going to be complaining. That is for certain. Subs are coming in.
Oh, the subs are going to play a massive, massive part, Taylor. Like I said, who's fresh, who's fit, who can get it done. Only 4 points separating these two teams. Definitely Shanghai are the better team of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, with thanks to number 17, Chen Tiancan. Controlling the ball, controlling the pace for Shanghai Jiaotong. There's a double team, and Yonsei gets a steal.
What a time to turn it over. Waste a bit of clock.
As you take a look at the turnovers, here's the long 2 that ricochets out. Yonsei with 13, Shanghai with 18.
Oh, a first made 3, that doesn't count.
Oh my goodness, of course it wouldn't count. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, the one time that you hit the 3, it doesn't count because of the push.
You hear the local fans screaming after the referee say it does not count.
It should have been continuity. Some of the fans were screaming, and they have a very, very valid point. Don't blame them. Inbound with 19 seconds on the clock.
2 possessions. Shanghai is only behind by 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Going ISO around and out. What a heartbreaker.
That could have gone in and made the difference. Yonsei alive and to the rim.
Caught them just sleeping, really, at that point. Yonsei getting an easy bucket there. Yonsei 69-63.
Open house bucket. 2 possession game, 59.8. They're cramping. And I'm not surprised because they're running their socks off at the moment.
Yeah, and the MC called a 20-second timeout, giving both teams much needed respite, a little bit of a breather right now. So we see in that instance some cramping coming from the Shanghai team. Again, luckily, we only had one injury in the series so far. It was Lee Chae-hung, again, getting knocked down by a Shanghai player. Giving words of encouragement to number 0, Liu Guannan, over the PA system. Just under 1 minute left in this matchup. Ben, what an incredibly exciting game.
No, it is. I mean, it is a tale of two halves, really. In the first half, Yonsei was bossing it. And slowly in the third quarter, Shanghai figured it out. And in the fourth quarter, they really figured it out. And who knows, they might pull a rabbit out of a hat and win this game, Shanghai. But Yonsei just trying to hang on.
Yeah, I mean, again, nothing is impossible, and they certainly...
Oh!
Three!
Oh!
That's number 6, Jiang Chenxuan, finally breaking that goose egg after nearly the entirety of this game.
Hao Chou, as they say in Mandarin, which means good shot. And what a good shot that was from the outside to make this a 3-point ball game. Yes, call a timeout because you need some strategy down the stretch of this game, both coaches.
That might reignite Shanghai Jiaotong University. Another shot, and that will tie the game. And again, Binjiang University, we got the fans here going loud for their local team. Again, we've had some tight competition in the AUBL tournament so far, talking about Etujen and Nippon with a 4-point difference right now, and anything could happen. Shanghai could tie the game, or Yonsei could hold them down. Who knows, with 49 seconds left in regulation.
Nah, it's good. We've been so blessed that the first game, the team from Mongolia, Etujen, won by only 4 points. In this game, it's looking like a very, very similar margin. Who knows? You never know. This game could go to overtime. You never know. No, both teams are like panicking at the moment. The coaches anyway. But they've got to be calm. They've got to inflict that confidence in their players and say, calm down. We've done this before. We'll do it again. And, you know, God knows in the future, we'll be in this situation again. Let's go, let's go.
Yonsei's possession. Regulation at 43. There's a crossover made, drawing a foul off of Shanghai player. He knew he committed that foul, picking him up. Getting a little bit too aggressive. That's number 29, Yu Zhihang. They've got fouls to spare though. 3 team fouls on both sides.
So that wasted a little bit of clock. But to inbound with 17 seconds to go, they just got to waste a bit of clock and get a good open look and take a decent shot. If I were them, try not to hit the 3, just try to hit a simple 2.
From the sideline, here's King Soo-woo. Returns a favor to Lee Ju-young.
Just wasting a bit of time. Good move.
Number 6 leaving wide open, pump fake, leaving wide open, King Soo-woo! Yeah! Greases the cylinder, down the hatch it goes, 72-66.
Well, I think that's the dagger if you ask me. That's my personal opinion.
Lee Hae-sul getting a personal foul. That's his 4th personal.
21.9 seconds to go, 18 on the shot clock. They need to hit a 3.
From the baseline, there's a kick out to number 20. No!
Oh!
Second 3 in the 4th quarter. Better late than never. 14 seconds left, though.
2 threes for Shanghai in this game. Will they foul? Will they foul?
6 seconds, and there is that foul indeed. It's made by 29, Yu Zihang.
You haven't hit any. You only hit 1 3 in this game, and what a time to hit your second.
Absolutely. But the question is it a little bit too late? Too little too late with 5 seconds left in the game. It might just so happen be that way as number 5, Lee Ju-young, is at the line.
Well, Lee Ju-young can at least hit one of these. I think that's almost there to victory lane.
Could be the dagger that finishes it off.
And if this goes in for Lee Ju-young, look at this. That Dagger McJagger. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What a shot by King Sung-oh.
Lee Ju-young, lead scorer for Yonsei University, 18 points. Score now 74-69. 3 seconds left to go. It is a kickball violation, Shanghai's possession, with 0.7 seconds left.
Yonsei has got this. They've got this. They will take the win. And what a game.
Shanghai, with a last Hail Mary, puts it down. And they're going to count it. But such a shame, though. An exciting, thrilling match with a 74-72 end. Again, talking about too little too late. They made all 3 of their perimeter buckets in the final quarter. As they did their best, you have the crossover handshakes to finish off this game. What an incredible comeback by Shanghai Jiaotong University.
Nah, great game. And they figured it out. And I think, mark my words, you can quote me on this, Shanghai Jiaotong University, even though they lost their opening game, I think they figured out a lot of stuff about them today. And they have understood that it's, you know, like, okay, this is the way we're going to play for the rest of the week, especially against the very, very faster athletic teams.
And very shortly, we're going to find out who the player of the game is, thanks to AUBL's social media guru, Zoe.
That's right, Zoe Zhang. And these are the stats here, everyone. 3 big 3-pointers by Shanghai Jiaotong University, which came in the last 3 minutes of this game. What a time to hit them. They were pretty good from the both teams were good from the free throw line, almost even in the rebound department. You know, Yonsei or Yonsei shared the ball a little bit more, but because that was because of the drive and kick. But at the end of the day, it was that first half that came to afford Shanghai. That basketball was very, very scrappy.
有请来到我身边，领取属于您的 AUBL 2025 单场最佳球员奖杯。Welcome to come to my side and receive your trophy. Congratulations.
And the player of the game, no surprise, Lee Hae-sung.
And take a photo.
He
女
gets
士
the
们、先生们，
mascot,
掌
he
声送
gets
给
the trophy,
单场
and
最
he
佳
gets
球
the
员
photos.
延世大学 No.1 1号于汉洲。好的，接下来是采访时间。
Don't forget, everyone, certain parts of Korea, Lee is pronounced E. Over to our courtside reporter, Miss Zoe. I think there's a translator involved as well.
观众朋友们，感谢您收看亚洲大学生篮球联赛的比赛直播。那么现在站在我旁边的是获得本场比赛夸克最佳球员奖的来自延世大学的5号球员。Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching AUBL. Now standing beside me is the number 5 from Yonsei Universities. Congratulations to winning this Quaker Player of the Games. 恭喜你拿到本场比赛夸克最佳球员奖。那么你现在有什么想要分享的呢？
지금 혹시 공유하고 싶은 거 있나요? 얘기하고 싶은 거. 소감.
먼저 AUBL 큰 대회의 첫 경기를 이렇게 좋게 승리로 마무리돼서 되게 기분이 좋고 또 멀리서 한국에서 이렇게 직접 보러 와주신 팬분들도 계시고 또 인터넷으로 많은 팬분들이 보시고 계실 텐데 항상 감사하다는 말씀 전하고 싶습니다.
非常很高兴能赢得这次比赛的胜利，然后非常感谢球迷们，还有韩国球迷，谢谢。
Really glad to winning the Quaker Player of the Games award. Thanks to all the fans. Thanks for your supporting. 我相信呢，很多球迷是通过夸克了解到 AUBL， 了解到延世大学和我们的优秀的球员。那么我们接下来问一问球员有什么话想要对支持他的粉丝说的 ？Is there any message you want to send to the fans？ 有什么话想要对粉丝说？
이렇게 한국에서 이 항저우까지 가깝지 않은 거리인데 먼 거리인데 이렇게 직접 보러 와주셔서 감사하고 항상 그 인터넷으로도 이렇게 많은 팬분들이 봐주시고 계시기에 저희가 더 큰 힘을 낼 수 있을 것 같아요.
非常感谢到现场的所有的粉丝朋友们，粉丝朋友们给了我很大的动力，谢谢。
Thanks to all the fans coming to the courtside. You give me a lot of support. Thank you. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we're back here at Binjiang Gymnasium. What an exciting comeback from Shanghai Jiaotong University. We just talked to, thanks to Zoe, to the player of the game, Lee Hae-sol. 21 points, 7 for 11 from beyond the arc. That is really impressive stuff coming from somebody from off the bench.
That's right, 64% from the outside. He was the difference in this game. Surprisingly, he did not grab one single rebound, and that was quite surprising considering his height. But that summed up Yunse's, well, DNA, really. They were all about, shooting. They were all about drive and kick. They were all about scoring and getting to their sweet spots, whereas the Shanghai team were complete contrast, ISO plays, penetrate, get on the inside and, bit of bully ball, use your physicality, score from underneath the basket. Not the most exciting and sexy basketball in the world, but it works. And unfortunately, they didn't have a good three-point shooter, even though they hit 3 big three-pointers towards the end, a little bit too late. So I think one thing that they will need to incorporate into their game down the stretch this week in this very, very tough competition of the Asian University Basketball League, the AUBL, they will need to find some spark shooters who can give them that extra edge, because today they just didn't have that extra shooting edge.
Yeah, and it took them a whole half to correct themselves. And you know what? They actually stuck with their same strategy. They just went harder and went more aggressive physically, playing bully ball, as you said, Ben. But it was kind of a little bit too little too late, as we saw all threes were made in the fourth quarter. So that was great. 4, actually, but, only 3 because of technicalities.
It was really, really good to watch. It was funny. I mean, a team that's not so confident in shooting. But remember what I said, Zoe, not Zoe. Zoe was our courtside reporter. Taylor, that Shu Yang, when he made those calls, he just went like this. Go man to man. It's okay. It's okay, we got this, just go man to man. And that disruption just absolutely paid dividends, and they just, raked in the points, raked in the production, and unlucky not to get the win.
Yeah, the highlight reels include Lee Hae-sol as well as number 3, Gu Sung-chae. Now, just to come up, a preview for the next game. That's going to be 5 o'clock local time. That's Tsinghua University as well as University of Hong Kong. So more exciting stuff here at the AUBL. Ben, I want to thank you so much. And thank you, viewers, for tuning in to Game 2. And stay tuned for more AUBL.
国球